you wouldn't be able to see a single star or
Bruh.
galaxy.
Oh my God. Oh, think about that. Think about that. Think about that.
Whoa!
Nigga, you in complete darkness.
Whoa!
What? You can't see nothing.
Whoa!
Ain't nothing out there but you and your ship.
Whoa!
Bro, absolutely not. I don't even speak like that. Absolutely not, bruh. What?
If your spaceship ran out of batteries,
That's what I'm
and
saying.
killed the lights.
Yeah, let's put the pedos there, man. Yeah, let's put all the pedos there, dog.
You'd lose any sense of direction,
Absolutely.
and distance that you had left.
And make sure that their suit is well insulated. I want them to have a full-blown stove in their suit. I want them to survive all of this, man. Have a little robot that feeds them food from within the suit, bro. I don't care how big the suit is. The nigga could look like Baymax. I don't give a fuck. Put that nigga in the void. So boom, chat, my webcam ain't working, and it don't matter because we back with another video. BryceDaBadger here for you again, and today I got what if you fell into the biggest void in the universe. Now, why is there a void in the universe? Did somebody forget to fill in the lines? You know what I'm saying? You just forgot you ain't get your crayons. You ran out of white. Like, what happened? You couldn't put the star. Well, stars aren't white. Some stars are.
You are an astronaut, tumbling through the greatest stretch of cold darkness in the known universe.
Crazy.
It's a place where nothing exists.
Nada.
A place without stars, planets, or galaxies.
Like how and why?
A place where you wouldn't meet a soul for hundreds of millions of light years. Yeah, this place is called the Boötes Void, or as I like to call it,
Boötes Void.
the Great Nothing. And unless you find your way back to your ship, you'll be drifting through the perplexing dark of this mysterious nothing for...
You know, sorry, this is on my brain. I never knew how to pronounce that O with the 2 dots above it.
Is called the...
I didn't know you break that up into 2 syllables.
Boötes Void.
The Boötes, huh? Wait, he didn't break it into 2 syllables. Wait, no, he did. The Boötes, okay. The Boötes Void?
Or as
I made a joke earlier, but I gotta lock in. I said the booty's void. I'm too old for that. I'm too old for that.
Yeah, this place
The
is called
Boötes.
the Boötes Void.
Boötes
or,
Void.
as I like to call it,
Learn
the
something new
Great
every day,
Nothing.
chat.
And unless you
Strive for
find your way
knowledge.
back to your ship, you'll be drifting through the perplexing dark of this mysterious nothing for billions of years.
What? Is that
That
big?
is, your frozen, desiccated body would drift through this expanse for billions of years. Because there's no one out here to retrieve you. And what's fascinating about this space is that you've been staring at it this whole time. Yeah, look up into the northern sky and stretch your finger between the Big Dipper and the red giant Arcturus, the 4th brightest star in our night sky. Right there. Now, you're staring directly into the void. The
What?
Boötes Void. The Boötes Void in the Boötes constellation.
Damn, I could have just waited for this nigga to say it
barely
again and
see it
again.
from Earth, but it's there. And you don't want to end up there. But that's exactly where you're going. What would it be like to fall into this incomprehensible ocean of darkness? Well, first, it would take you a near incomprehensible ocean of time to reach it. The Boötes Void is 700 million light years away from Earth.
Jeez.
And I don't need to tell you, that's far. To put it in perspective, the Andromeda Galaxy is our closest major galaxy.
Closest
and
neighbor.
It is 2.5 million light years away.
Y'all know we on track
The
to hit
Boötes
them.
Void is
The Milky Way?
280 times farther. So even if you could travel at the speed of light, which the last time I checked wasn't possible, it would take you 700 million years to get there. But that's about how long it's taken animal life on Earth to evolve from simple early sponges to fish to reptiles, dinosaurs, all the way through to humanity. to you today.
Man, what the hell is that wig? I'm sorry. I'm a real reactor. We reacted.
Stores
If you want to
all
see the
way-
original video, it's in the description. It's in the description. It's in the description. It's in the description. I'm telling you, like the video, subscribe if you fuck with the vibe. We do real reactions over here. Real reacts.
through to humanity,
What the hell is that wig, man?
to you.
They gave this nigga a red Party City wig. This is insane, bro. And the beard. What, like, he got his own mustache with the beard. Y'all see this shit. I know y'all see it.
Today. If you tried using our current technology to get there, well, it's beyond impossible. Our fastest spacecraft, the Parker Solar Probe, travels at about 0.05% of the speed of light. At that speed, it would take you over 1 trillion years to travel to the void. Yeah, 1 trillion years. Space is mind-blowing. And even then, you can't ride the Parker Solar Probe because it doesn't have any life support systems or chairs or seatbelts. It's just a probe. But let's just imagine that you could get there.
Y'all really got
traveling
me.
in a ship with capabilities beyond what we currently understand. You know, a what-if hypothetical.
Y'all really got me out here just being a dumbass. Man, I'm gonna go to this place that ain't got nothing in it, man. That's what I'm gonna do today. I'm gonna get in my light speed, above light speed, multiple times above light speed ship. I'm gonna get in that motherfucker, and I'm gonna just see what the hell going on in the void, man. There's got to be something in there. Got to be something in there, man. Come on, man. You telling me nothing in there? That's crazy. Like, what?
Yeah, you jump into your spaceship and leave Earth. But leaving Earth is one thing. Leaving the solar system is an entirely different story. You can't just fly past Mars and beyond Jupiter and the other planets until you get to interstellar space. No, your spaceship would need to be in a specific orbit. That's because in order to leave the solar system,
You got to get
you have to
flung,
break
huh?
free of the sun's gravity. Yeah, so you know that Earth and all the other planets in the solar system orbit the sun. Earth speeds through its orbit at about 30 kilometers per second.
What if we've moved
Your
that
spaceship
fast, bro?
would have to travel faster than that to escape the gravitational pull of the sun.
Our face would melt.
And you wouldn't just fly in a straight line out of the solar system. You'd have to leave in a spiral.
I
to put
never thought about that. I've never thought about that. You have to deadass escape gravitational pulls. I was just gonna say gravity, but nah, you gotta escape gravitational pulls of a star, a whole star. And well, I was about to say planets, but like, bro, you have to escape the sun's grasp, essentially. That's crazy.
Simply, you'd have to make a few orbits around the sun, and each time your orbit would be getting wider and wider.
Wow.
No big deal. You're in
I didn't know he was
going to
go this deep into it.
You got this.
Have this much depth.
And as you venture further from our solar system and out of the Milky Way, you'd notice that the sky is growing emptier. Near Earth, our sky is full of hundreds of millions of stars in our Milky Way galaxy. But as soon as you leave our galaxy, those stars disappear.
Damn.
But you wouldn't be in the void yet. The Milky Way spans 100,000 light years across, and Earth sits right here, halfway between the center of the Milky Way and its edge. If you could travel at near light speed and in a straight line to the edge of our galaxy, it'd take you 26,000 years to leave it.
Damn.
Yeah, even in this hypothetical spaceship, it would still take you a very, very long time to get to the Boötes void.
All right, chat. So obviously, this whole hypothetical, we have to begin. He didn't say this, but we have to begin with you're immortal. Okay, you're fucking immortal. You can live forever. All right, you live infinitely. Your cells do not die. You have to live forever to be able to make it to the void.
And when you finally leave the Milky Way, like I said before, the stars disappear. Now you would see fuzzy patches of light scattered around. Those are distant galaxies, but soon those would disappear from your view too. Eventually, after millions of years of light speed space travel, you'd pass the last
Jesus.
star clusters like Ursa Major. That's the constellation that has the Big Dipper in it. Beyond that, there would be no more galaxies ahead. The backdrop would become totally black.
Hey, why am I just learning that there's constellations within constellations? That's insane.
The crazy thing is that once you
I thought constellations were its own thing. The Big Dipper was its own thing. No, it's within one.
Way to go. Crossing the Boötes Void, or even traveling to the center of it, would be another impossibly long haul. That's because the Boötes Void is 330 million light years across.
It gets to a point where my brain can't process it.
It's the biggest void in the universe.
That's a human thing, though.
Traveling at light speed, it would take you 165 million years to get from the edge to the center. If you try to boil that down to kilometers or miles, it's about 1.5 quadrillion kilometers, or roughly 1 quadrillion miles. That's 1,000 trillion miles just to get halfway across. That's how big this void is, and that's why they call it the Great Nothing. But let's say you decided to give it a try. Well, entering the void wouldn't be like falling into a pit. There'd be no sudden drop or pull of gravity. It would be just emptiness.
What if there's
There's
field?
no matter, hardly any light. By the
Like a
time you got to
magnetic
the
field
middle
that doesn't
of the
let you
Boötes
in.
Void and you slip out of your ship, you'd be floating in almost complete darkness.
You'd be dumb as fuck to
With
get
the
out your
naked
ship
eye,
here.
You wouldn't be able to see a single star
You,
or
bro,
galaxy.
bro. Oh my God. Oh, think about that. Think about that. Think about that. Whoa! Nigga, you in complete darkness. Whoa! What? You can't see nothing. Whoa! Ain't nothing out there but you and your ship. Whoa! Bro, absolutely not. I don't even speak like that. Absolutely not, bruh. What? Nothing out there but you and your ship. You in complete darkness. Only light you seeing is coming off of you and the ship, and you are watching that light travel into nothingness and disappear. Bruh.
Any direction.
I'm hyperventilating, dog. What is this? What is this? Screenshot. Bow. What is this, bro?
Would be over 10 million light years away. And even a relatively bright galaxy at that distance would be too faint for the human eye to see.
Jesus.
To you, it would be pitch black darkness everywhere. If you've ever tried cave diving or a sensory deprivation tank, well, you're starting to get the vibe here. Except that instead of floating in cozy Epsom salt water, you'd be floating in an absence of anything.
Just a void. It's a void.
And did I mention it's about 3 degrees Kelvin, or minus 270 degrees Celsius. That's
God. Yeah. What the fuck, bro? That shit made me sing, but that shit gonna make me freeze.
minus 454 degrees Fahrenheit. It's as cold as interstellar.
Minus what? 454 degrees Fahrenheit.
Minus 454 degrees
400
Fahrenheit.
minus something.
It's as cold as interstellar space can get. Your spacesuit better have good insulation. Now, if you're wondering,
nigga, you gonna need an oven inside of your suit. You gonna need an oven inside of your suit, nigga. You gonna set on fire out there, and ain't nobody gonna be able to do nothing for you, bruh. You gonna need a whole ass stove inside your shit, man. What else could you have in there, bro? A dryer, nigga. You need constant heat, bro.
How did we even discover something that's
a fact, though. How did y'all find this?
Well, you'd have to go back to the 1970s and early 1980s.
And that looked like ectoplasm
That's
on the
when
right.
Astronomers were trying to build
right here?
a 3D map
Should look like
of the
ectoplasm.
universe. These astronomers were in the midst of measuring how
Boy, them niggas turned into dark side. What the fuck?
fast different
Superman.
galaxies moved
Homelander.
away from Earth.
My fault.
When they discovered a monstrous spherical gap.
There's just
in
a bunch of
region space
Beyblades.
that could fit millions and billions of Milky Way-sized galaxies. That's odd. Empty space in the middle of space? Over the past few decades, scientists have begun to understand how the universe is structured, and it's probably not what you imagined. To look up into the sky, it might seem that there are trillions of stars everywhere, spread out evenly, but the universe is actually formed out of what are called filaments. These are thread-like structures made of stars.
The same thing Thomas Edison. Nope. Yeah, Thomas Edison put in the light bulbs. Or did the black dude do it? Damn, it's sad that I don't know the black dude name. I'm looking it up right now. Black History Month. We doing it live, baby. We doing it live. Black man light bulb. If y'all don't know how to use the computer, that's how you use the computer. It works off the keywords. Just type in black man light bulb. And you gonna find Lewis Howard Latimer, an African American inventor and draftsman, significantly improved the practical light bulb by patenting a durable carbon filament in 1882, making electric lighting affordable and long-lasting. While he did not invent the very first bulb, his innovation allowed for widespread, efficient, and cost-effective commercial use. Black history.
Galaxies and galactic superclusters. It's a massive cosmic web, or as some scientists describe it, cosmic foam or quantum foam, where all the matter in the known universe groups together in elongated clumps and leaves bubbles and gaps throughout. The bubbles are the voids. Now, why does the universe have these voids? Well, it's because of that universal force that keeps us rooted to the floor. Gravity. Yeah. You see, since the universe began in a superheated, super energetic explosion that we call the Big Bang, gravity's been pulling the stars and planets and galaxies into these massive structures. Scientists call them galactic walls and superclusters. And gravity's been pulling them toward each other forever. Well, not forever, but since the time the universe was born 13.8 billion years ago.
What if there was a universe before that? See, now we thinking. Now we think, this is why I like weed. Now we thinking. What if there was a universe before that? He said that the Big Bang was created by way of a huge explosion. He then proceeded to talk about gravity pulling everything inward, which it is. It's pulling everything inward to a certain point. What if after it pulls everything into that certain point, it blows up again and creates yet another universe? Now, have they spoken on that? I don't know if that's already a thing or if that's just something that I just created. However, it makes proper sense. It makes all complete logical sense that there would have been a universe beforehand for there to even have been a Big Bang. I was just thinking that in my head. I was like, yeah, Big Bang, but why Big Bang? Why did it explode? Had to have been a universe beforehand that got to the point of everything hitting that point that everything is getting pulled to now, and it blew up and created this. And now is getting re-pulled back in. What the fuck is at that point? Bruh, okay. See, now this is the type of shit I like to talk with people about, bro. What the hell is at the middle of the point that is attracting everything? What if it's God? What if it's God? Dead ass. What if that's where God is? Now that would be crazy, bruh. That would be insane. You travel long enough and you just start seeing a finger. a giant, I mean, like, I'm scaring myself now. I'm scaring myself. I have whatever megalophobia. I have that shit, bro. If that was to ever happen, bro, you get to the middle of this shit and there's God there with like whole human hands and shit, nigga. Even if it wasn't a human, if it was just something huge as fuck and animate and live, like a lot, nigga, I'm gonna have a heart attack and I'm gonna die.
Of years, these superclusters have gotten denser and have kept pulling more material toward
My brain
themselves.
is not gonna be able to compute
the dense areas of space kept getting denser, and the empty spaces kept getting emptier. That leaves gaps between these clusters in the cosmic web, or the cosmic foam, which sounds kind of weird. The foam metaphor is kind of tricky to follow if you're thinking about styrofoam.
I really do wonder if that is a
like
conspiracy theory or a theory that they have.
That forms when you're doing dishes. When the sink fills up with soapy bubbles and it seems to take up a lot of volume, but you know it's really mostly just a squeeze of dish soap and the rest is air. The universe is kind of like that. It's
Getting some water, chat. Get your water.
Interlinked massive galaxy clusters, pulled together with a lot of dead air in between. That dead air is scientifically known as a void, and there are so many voids out there. The scientists estimate that voids make up 80% of the universe.
That would make sense.
So, yeah, space is vast and vastly empty. If you think about it, it makes sense with all the immense light years of space in between galaxies and stars and planets. Well, you should know, as you've been traveling in space for the past 700 million years at this point.
I have, bro, and I ain't getting no good food yet, man. Ain't nobody out here with no good food, bro. I done stopped on a couple planets, man. I ain't nothing out here for me, bro. Ain't nobody. Man, they talking about Glipnor got the best globagooks that you could get. I don't even know what that is. I tried them. Not good, bro. Like a 6 out of 10 at least.
All the voids in the universe, the Boötes void is the biggest one we've ever discovered. So, what would it really be like to fall into the middle of that super void? Well, a void isn't like a planet or a black hole. It's just empty space. If you were dropped into the void from your high-speed spaceship or somehow tripped and fell into the void, you'd just float in microgravity, the same as you would anywhere in deep space.
Hey!
You wouldn't feel any sense of downward direction because in a void, every direction is down.
I just thought about something. We need to put the pedophiles here. All the pedophiles can go here. Perfect, bro. It's perfect. All the pedophiles can go here, bro. It's excellent. What the fuck? Why haven't we done this? Jesus. What have we been doing for the past X amount of years?
Free fall. But unlike in other areas of space, without nearby stars or galaxies, you'd have zero reference points. You wouldn't even be able to tell if you're moving. In the Boötes void, with nothing bright in sight, if your spaceship ran out of batteries,
that's what I'm saying.
Killed the lights.
Yeah, let's put the pedos there, man. Yeah, let's put all the pedos there, dog.
You'd lose any sense of direction,
absolutely,
and distance that you had left.
And make sure that their suit is well insulated. I want them to have a full-blown stove in their suit. I want them to survive all of this, man. Have a little robot that feeds them food from within the suit, bro. I don't care how big the suit is. The nigga could look like Baymax. I don't give a fuck. Put that nigga in the void. Oh, my mama, bro.
Because it's the ultimate void in every sense. It's the abyss, the quintessential chasm of nature. Maybe if your spacesuit had hypersensitive, state-of-the-art instruments, you might pick up a few faint glimmers in the far distance, like the galaxies on the edge of the void, or a few of the minor galaxies that do exist in the void. Yeah, because despite its name, the Great Void isn't completely empty.
What I thought.
Researchers estimate that there are approximately 60 lonely galaxies floating around in there.
Really?
And most of them are grouped together in a single filament that stretches through the center of the void. Now, 60 galaxies might sound like a lot, but in a space that big, it's like looking for 60 goldfish in the Pacific Ocean. Your chances of ever bumping into one would be nearly zero. With the naked eye, all you would see is blackness.
He said you wouldn't find 60 goldines, chat.
Nothing.
In the ocean.
Utter silence. Pure vacuum. Venta black. X code 000000.
Venti black. The blackest
if
black.
If you've fallen into it or become lost in it without.
But you would hallucinate here, bro.
Being able to tell where.
You would dead ass hallucinate. Your brain would not be able to compute that there's nothing. Your brain is like, nah, nigga, there got to be something. there has to be something. There's always been something. There has to be something here.
Where you are and which direction you're moving, you'd be stranded in there forever. Just you and the emptiness of space.
Exactly. So let's put the PDFs there.
And maybe you'd go mad, or maybe if you had a suit that could sustain you, it would be peaceful in a way.
Why don't we ship them niggas off on rockets?
No one else around, nothing to bump
Just
into.
little one-man rockets.
You'd float there in the darkness, never knowing up from down, forever drifting in the greatest nothing in the universe. So there you have it. Nothing to see here, literally. You know, we probably could have gone with a more visual episode. Yeah, one that's not completely dark all the time. There are so many better places to travel to. I mean, our solar system is only 2 light years across, and we haven't even fully explored that yet. We have sent probes to Mars and even Venus, but never set foot on those planets ourselves. And not to mention, never been to everyone's all-time favorite dwarf planet, Pluto. But maybe we shouldn't step on Venus, because
I was just thinking, why did we send a drone there?
We wouldn't even last 1 hour on it.
Gonna burn to death.
I know this because I sent our interstellar explorer Chase there.
So you're a murderer. So you're a murderer. Okay. Interesting. See, the other nigga can survive because he has rocket propellers on his suit. He can get back in the ship and just go back home. Because he's, remember, he's immortal. By the time he gets back, the Earth might not be there, but by the time you get back, I ain't gonna lie, Earth might not be there. But shit, by the time you get there, the sun might have exploded. Wait. How long is the sun supposed to... When is the sun supposed to explode? 5 billion years. Somebody do all the math of all them hours that he was sending us to the void. Somebody do the math for that and see if that adds up to 5 billion years. Because by the time you get out here, not really explore, just float and then get back in the ship and head back home, or shit, by the time you get back out, fuck. It might be that by the time you get out there, the sun done exploded and everybody on Earth, including Earth, is gone, and the whole solar system is gone, actually. Or either by the time you get there or by the time you get back. But anyway, that doesn't change the fact that you're a murderer, sir.
Spend 100.
Look at that guy, bro.
Because I sent our interstellar explorer Chase there to spend 100.
This nigga can't breathe, fam. It's nothing but sulfur in the air.
100 days on that hellish planet. But that's a story for another What If.
God damn, bro. You done killed somebody on the planet, bro. But like I said, bro, I just came up with a great idea. Send the PDFs out there. I don't know why we aren't just sending these niggas on one-man rocket ships and sending them into space. Why are we not doing that? Make them test subjects. Why are we not doing that? I feel like that's a smart idea. But anyway, if y'all like the video, subscribe if you fuck with the vibe. Of course, original video is in the description. Like his as well, and subscribe to the channel, because this is cool, man. You know what I'm saying? Learn something, bro. What if we sent your ass to Venus because you want to touch on kids, you fucking bitch ass nigga? Yeah, I'm talking to you, ho. Don't ever watch my video again. I don't fuck with y'all niggas. Y'all niggas weird.